Hey guys, welcome back to MFO. Today is our Harris Chain O' Lakes practice recap video. We're going to let you know how practice went here on the Harris Chain O' Lakes. And I just thought I would start this video with some typical Florida scenery. I'm gonna say that practice was anything but typical Florida, and I think we'll leave it there, and we'll come back when we get back to the house and we'll fill you in on how practice went and what we expect for this tournament that kicks off on Friday, tomorrow. Welcome back to Mark Fisher Outdoors, everybody. I'm Mark Fisher. So we are at the house. Steve's over there behind camera getting his boat ready. Miles is visiting his family after a trip to out west, and we're just sitting here getting ready. But the big story for the Harris Chain on this week, the tournament starts tomorrow, February 6th. The week that we've had with practice has been one of the toughest practices across the board. I mean, the field is talking about how few bites. Guys, I'm gonna say it right here. 2 bites in 3 days of practice. 2 bites in 3 days of practice. That's what I've had. And you hear stories of, hey, you know what, I had 6 in a day. No, 6 all day, all practice, 3 days. I mean, and again, this is a field that's got hammers. They're guys that have been catching them. But a ton of the field is saying, listen, I caught 1 fish all during practice, or I haven't caught a bass yet since I've been down here. It's extremely tough. Now, we'll see what tomorrow ends up showing out, because, you know, guys talk and they aren't always, you know, saying the honest truth. But the reality is, personally, I found it to be extremely, extremely tough. Some of the things that we talked about, the water temperatures when we got here were in the very, very low 50s, 52, 53. These, they're talking about how these have been, you know, for the last 3 weeks, these have been record-setting cold that they've had here in Florida. And we're talking about record-setting in that it hasn't been this cold for this extended period of time in like 17 years. Well, the reality is that means that many of these bass have never in their lifetime experienced something like this. I think they're just in shock, and they just are not eating. I mean, the bites that I'm hearing about are all reaction types of bites. So, you know, when you combine the fact that it's record colds, that the grass is virtually non-existent, Griffin is off limits, which is the one lake on the chain that has an abundance of grass, and usually takes about 50 anglers out of the chain and over to Griffin out of a 150 boat field. Now those 50 guys are going to have to find somewhere else to go, me being one of them. It is, in my opinion, going to be an extremely tough tournament. I think the weights are going to be low. Our house is saying, Steve, what did you say? What do you think it is to cash a check? 2 days of fishing?
16, 17 pounds.
16 pounds, 17 pounds for 2 days, meaning like 8.5 a day. Steve thinks that gets you paid. That gets you 50th place and fishing on day 3.
And $10,000.
And $10,000. Unheard of for Florida. And I tell you what, guys, when you come to Florida and you want to have nice weather, shorts, and, just soak up the sun and catch big bass, it's disappointing when you get a couple of bites in 3 days. So, and it's a relatively nice day today. The problem is that we're going to have 32 degrees tonight, and we're right back to a high in the very low, what was it, 50s, I believe, tomorrow, meaning we're having temperatures for the tournament that were very similar to the first day of practice. But boy, I tell you what, next week here in Florida, come down, because if you're on the Harris Chain starting Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, temperatures are going to be in the upper 70s, 80s. The water's going to warm, and these fish that haven't been eating in 3 weeks, they're going to eat everything that gets in front of them. So let me tell you that right now. This is a public service announcement. If you want a place to go fishing, come here right after we leave. Back in the day when it was FLW, we used to call FLW used to stand for frickin' lousy weather. Well, it's holding true. Guys, I appreciate you tuning in. We will be back tomorrow for another episode, and we will let you know how things go as the weekend and the week progresses. Thanks for tuning in, guys. We'll see you again tomorrow. Take care, everybody.